I honestly hate when I do slip backs because I be feeling so bald-headed. Like, I be feeling like I gotta talk like this, like, what's up? Hey, okay, yeah, hold it. Like, oh my god. Hey YouTube, I'm Zakia Tooks, and welcome back to my channel, you guys. As y'all can tell by the title below, today I'm going to be sharing my housing experience from last year compared to my housing experience from this year. And I'm also going to give you guys, you know, just some basic housing information. I'm going to touch on like all of the different dorms and some other things that I think that you guys should know. But before I get into the video, as you guys know, I have to do my words by Z. And today I basically just want to talk to you guys, you know, make sure that during this time, like since we're stuck at home, we can't really hang out with our friends and things, make sure that you're doing things to make yourself happy. Because I know, like, you know, being in the house can really make you sad and just, you know, feel depressed. So make sure that you guys are doing things that make you happy. Call your friends, check up on them. If you have to, you know, go outside, walk your neighborhood for a little while. Just really try to, you know, make the best of the situation, even though it is really bad. Try to make the best of it. And, you know, if you are feeling down, reach out to somebody. Definitely, so that they can help you out. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into this video because it's a lot of information that I want to share with you guys, and I don't want this video to be too long. I know my videos be racking up on time, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into the video. Oh, but before I get into the video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell button so that my post notifications come on, and then we can get into the video. All right, I already know y'all did it. I know y'all did it. But first, y'all, let's give me a round of applause. First of all, it is 5:30 in the morning when I'm making this video. I haven't been to sleep yet. My sleep schedule is so off, y'all. Like, I literally sleep in the day and I'm up all night, all morning. But it's okay. I had to get this video out for y'all. But anyways, okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go through all of the different dorms, tell you guys what classification the dorm is for and what sex or, you know, gender the dorm is for, and then I'm gonna compare it from last year to this year. So basically, for freshman dorms, last year for freshman dorms, the freshman dorms were Drew, Cook, Quad, and CHN, which is College Hall North, and also there were some freshmen who stayed in Annex. So those are all the dorms. Last year it was probably only a few freshmen who stayed in Annex, and basically Drew, which it still is now, is an all boys dorm. Cook was an all boys dorm, and when I'm saying last year, I'm saying like last semester. But Quad was all girls dorm, CHN was all girls dorm, and Annex was co-ed, but also Annex wasn't just a freshman dorm. So compared to this year, and like from the things I've been hearing, all of the freshman dorms are the same. So it's still Cook, Drew, Quad, College Hall North, and it sounds like the freshmen have Annex completely, like they have the whole Annex. And also a difference from last semester is that Cook is going to be co-ed, which is that's a major difference actually, because Cook was all boys last semester, and Annex might actually also be co-ed because it was co-ed last semester, so that might also still be co-ed. But that's kind of like the dorms for freshmen this year. It's been a lot of like discrepancies as far as Annex, because, you know, well, I'm gonna get into that in a minute. But anyway, so for sophomore dorms last semester, the sophomore dorms was basically, some of them were in Annex, some of them were in College Hall South, and some of them were in Towers. I know this year they said they didn't want sophomores in Towers, but the way everything is going, like especially with the freshmen having Annex, it seems like there will be some sophomores in Towers. But yeah, so College Hall South is co-ed and Towers is also co-ed. So that's pretty much everything with the dorms. The only changes really for this semester, or the fall semester, is that Annex might be an all freshman dorm, and they didn't want sophomores in Towers, but sophomores might end up being in Towers. So I don't really know as far as like sorry, I don't really know, you know, as far as like details or how they're gonna work that situation out and things. And I'm gonna really get into detail about what I'm talking about in a minute. But anyway, so those are all of the dorms. Okay, so I've seen a lot of questions about this, but first, there is no curfew, you guys. Like at this point, we are all adults. Well, most of us are, pretty much all of us are adults. So there is no curfew. As far as visitation, so for freshmen, the visitation starts so Sunday through Thursday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the visitation hours is 12 to 12. And on Friday and Saturday, the visitation hours is 12 to 2 a.m. So on the weekends, it does extend 2 hours. As far as how visitation went, also you can only have 2 visitors or 2 guests in at one time, and you do have to check them in. Like basically you're gonna go to the counter and you're gonna give them your ID. So this is my ID. You're gonna give them, my picture is so ugly, but basically you're gonna give them your ID, and then if they go to Howard, they're gonna also give their Howard ID. Or if they don't have a Howard ID because they don't go to Howard, then they're just gonna give them like a driver's license. So that's basically how that works with visitation. Honestly, visitation, I felt like it was a little stricter than it needed to be. That's my personal opinion about it. I feel like definitely we still should have to check in visitors because that's just all for safety reasons. But as far as like the time and things like that, I don't really feel like that should be as strict. But those are the hours. Once you become a sophomore, it's going to be 24-hour visitation. So I mean, it's only for a year, y'all. It's not that bad. But okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about, let me show you guys my ID again. So basically, once you get your dorm and you're gonna have to get your Howard ID, you're gonna basically get a sticker. So I stayed in Quad. Hold on, let me show y'all. Don't mind my picture, but I stayed in Quad, so that is my ID. My student ID is on here, and basically you use your ID in the cafeterias. Also for Quad, I know specifically for Quad, since I live there, you show your ID in order to get in. I know for CHN, they actually have to scan their ID. So Quad has actual keys, but CHN has key cards, I believe. So that's a difference. Also, I think South also has key cards. So that's like a difference between the keys in the dorms. So anyways, the next thing, so Star Res is where you go to pick your room, pick your roommate, and things like that. And so now I can kind of get into everything I was talking about. But so basically this year they had this thing called like priority, if you got like priority housing basically. And I've been hearing that it was based off of your grades and things like that. So if you get priority housing, then you basically chose your housing or your dorm a day before everybody, or yeah, pretty much a day before everybody. Not that much of a difference, but a day before everybody. And so basically a lot of people were logging on, and I'm mostly speaking for sophomores. I don't think freshmen have chosen their housing yet, but that's why I wanted to make this video before you guys choose your housing. But basically the sophomores were choosing their housing, and CHS, which is College Hall South, was filling up super duper fast. Like, I mean, like there weren't any more rooms because y'all gotta remember we also had annex before. So that's why a lot of sophomores end up having to, you know, pick rooms in towers, and that was just kind of how that went. As far as the actual application, basically there are a bunch of different categories that you have to fill out. Once you fill out all of those categories, you're going to go to the last one and you're going to pick your dorm. I believe it's like a 10-minute time limit as far as how long it will hold the room, so make sure that you move fast. One of the biggest problems that we had this year was because some people had priority and some people didn't. If you had priority and your roommate didn't, then it was like hard for you to get a room with your roommate, because more than likely somebody else would have, you know, taken up the other side of the room if they had priority also. So that was one of the problems we had this year. Last year, basically the way it worked, and I'm just going off of memory, but we applied for our housing and then we were able to request roommates last year. So you could put in their like ID. So basically you have like a number that corresponds to your housing application. And so you have like a number, so you'll put the number in there, and if they also put you in there, more than likely y'all would match. But I'm not really sure that that's the option this year. Yeah, I'm not really sure because I didn't see that on the application, but it still might be. So if you do want to, you know, room with a specific person, make sure that you put that number in there and request to room with them. Also on the application, there's like a chart thing that basically allows you to, you know, state your preferences. So if you prefer to live in a warm room, like you would put that on there. But if you prefer your room to be a little bit cooler, then you could put that on there. Some other things that were on there were like your, like, how do you feel about sharing your items, if you don't mind, you know, sharing, or if you really just do not want to share. It's kind of like a bar, and so like you would move it according to how you feel. What was another one? Another one is like, how late do you stay up? So if you stay up pretty late, and if you don't. So they basically make that in case, you know, if you don't have somebody in mind who you want to room with, that spectrum basically allows you to match with somebody who has similar interests as you, and that way, you know, that can really avoid conflict and things like that. Because I feel like a lot of conflict will come, like, let's say if you're a late night person and they're a early night person, and you come in and you up all night with the lights on, and then they can't sleep. Like that's like a simple problem that can be resolved if, you know, you guys just fill out that chart and then they match you that way. So keep those things in consideration. And I might touch on that some more, but I just wanted to get through the rest of my list and then get back to that. So the next thing is, if you do end up getting a roommate and, you know, y'all have a falling out, or maybe this isn't who you really wanted to room with, Howard does do room swaps, and I believe they do it twice a year, once each semester. I believe it's gonna be like after Labor Day, but you do have the option to room swap. Basically the way a room swap works is, if your roommate wanted to leave and y'all found another room, basically all four parties have to agree. So let me make that make sense. So let's say if these two people were living together and these two people were living together, and this person wanted to move out and they wanted to switch with this person, even though them two agree, the other two people have to agree, just because it does affect them, because it's also their room. So all four people do have to agree if you want a room swap. But I don't really feel like people would, you know, be too much of a hassle when it comes to that. Not necessarily. Okay, the next thing is, oh, also, so you can change your room after Labor Day. So if you get into a room and let's just say it's not really working out for you, you can change your room. They're gonna have like a room change request form that will also drop pretty much after Labor Day. So definitely, you know, if you have those problems, look out for that. Another question that I saw was people were saying, like, how do you deal with conflicts with your roommate? So basically, before, or like the first week when y'all are in there, y'all are going to do a roommate contract agreement form. So basically on that agreement form, you're going to write down rules for each other, come up with things that y'all agree on. So one of the agreements could be, we don't want people in our room after 12 p.m. So, and that was just an example, but basically, you know, y'all agree on that and one person breaks it, then you can tell your RA, and that's like a first offense. And if they keep breaking offenses, then eventually they're gonna move that person out of your room. So also keep that in mind. Make sure you take the form, you know, seriously, because if you do end up rooming with somebody who isn't, you know, applying to the things y'all wrote down, then that can be an easy fix if you wrote it down, because you also like have to sign the documents and things like that. So that just makes it a lot easier. So definitely fill that out when you get on campus. The very last thing, because I also saw people, hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, the very last thing that I saw a lot of people asking about was about singles. So the way singles work, there are singles in quad. I know there are singles in Drew. I'm pretty sure there are singles in Cook also. NX has singles and Towers has singles. I don't think that College Hall South has singles. So if you want a single, you can definitely request one. It's going to be more money. But I know like a lot of singles are reserved for like medical accommodations. So that does play a role in it. Like if you have a medical accommodation, you'll definitely get like first draw in singles, because you know that's probably necessary. So that's basically how singles work. So yes, Howard does have it. It is a little bit more money, but they definitely do have it, because I know I saw someone ask me that. But yeah, that's pretty much everything as far as housing. I feel like right now it's gonna seem really stressful and really unorganized, but like eventually it'll work itself out. Make sure that you guys are doing things on time and that during the right time frame, because that does affect a lot. Like if you don't pick your room in the right time frame, then I think it's like going to kick you out the system or something. And honestly, y'all, you just want to avoid, like, you want to avoid stress during this process, because like you want to get there and have a room secured. What's something else as far as this? Oh, I said I wanted to go back and talk about something. Oh dang, y'all, I should have wrote it down. See, I know how my memory be. It was something I wanted to go back and talk about. Maybe it was about the housing situation now. But yeah, basically, like, I think we're gonna have to redo our housing, because like it was a lot of mix-ups and things like that. That's what I've been hearing. Like, it's been a lot. But like I said, you guys, just, you know, try to read your emails, talk to people in group chats, ask questions. Oh, maybe, okay, maybe I'm gonna give, I saw this was also a question I saw a lot, but a lot of people asked me what's the difference between quad and CHN. And I guess I could throw Cook in there too, since that is a co-ed dorm now. But basically, so quad is the dorm with the community bathroom. So basically there's going to be a very long hall of dorms. I believe it was like 30 girls on 30 beds on my hall, so maybe like 15 rooms, but 2 beds in each room. And there were 2 bathrooms on the one hall, and in the bathrooms there were 4 showers and also 4 bathroom stalls and also 4 sinks, or maybe 5 sinks. But so multiply that times 2, because there are 2 bathrooms on one hall. Honestly, it wasn't bad at all. Like, a lot of people asked me that. It wasn't bad at all. For the most part, the bathrooms were clean, and if they weren't, then you could literally shoot a text message in like your hall group chat, like, hey, who left hair on the sink, and hopefully, you know, they will go clean it up. That's really the only difference with quad, is that you share a bathroom with your entire hall. I do feel like doing that does make you closer, because it's like every single morning you're gonna have to see somebody. Like, you're never ever going straight from your room to straight to class. Like, in the morning you're in there, it's like, good morning, girl, hey, can I use this, hey, can I use that, that type of thing. But I feel like you can also still have that relationship in CHN. It just really all depends on what you make it. So CHN is 2 people in a room and they share 1 bathroom. So that's literally the only difference. Literally the only difference. Quad also was being reconstructed when we were staying there. Hopefully it'll be done when y'all are there. So then I feel like as far as like aesthetically pleasing, they'll look the same, because I'm not gonna lie, y'all, College Hall North is really nice. Like, it low-key looks like, you know, a little hotel, like a condo. It is very nice, but I feel like quad is gonna look like that also once they finish with renovations and things like that. So it just really depends on the person. Like, if you don't mind sharing a bathroom with, you know, a hall full of girls, definitely try out quad. Again, I told you guys, you can definitely room switch if it doesn't work out, but quad is also the cheaper option. So So yeah, just keep that into consideration. As far as like the sisterhood part, I feel like it's what you make it. Like if you leave your room and you go talk to people and you sit in other people's room and you talk to them, then of course like y'all are going to create that sister bond. So it's really just what you make it. As far as Cook, since that wasn't a co-ed dorm, I don't really know. I believe Cook is the same. Well, it's similar to CHN, but I think that Cook is like 4 people share one bathroom, or maybe 6 people share a bathroom. I'm not really sure how that's gonna work, to be honest with y'all, because again, we didn't have Cook during our freshman year, so I'm not really sure. But like I said, you guys, do not stress out about this. Literally do not stress out. Go find the best rooming space for you. You know, when it's your time slot, and try to pick the roommate that you want. If you aren't able to, it's still going to be fine, you guys. Like, do the little spectrum thing, and you know, more than likely that person is going to be fairly similar to you or have the same preferences as you, and everything should work out. But again, if it doesn't, you can definitely do a roommate swap a little bit ways into the school year and things like that. So y'all, don't stress about it. Like, I see a lot of people stressing about it in my DMs. Y'all really do not stress about it. It's gonna be okay. And also, like, I believe that everything happens for a reason. So maybe you're being paired with that person, you know, to create a great relationship with them and things like that. I keep saying and it's making me so mad. I'm pretty sure that's everything. Let me look at my list to make sure though. If y'all have some more questions, DM me. I've seen a lot of people dropping questions in the chat boxes, in the comments below on one of my videos. It's a little bit easier for me to respond to y'all in DMs. I feel like I can be a lot more real and give y'all more detailed information, because like, I don't want humongous paragraphs on the video. So definitely DM me if y'all have some more questions about it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's everything. Before I close out the video, y'all know I have to do my post notification shout out. So let me figure out. Okay, so today my post notification shout out goes to Simply Yamina. I really hope I pronounced your name right, but if I didn't, I'm also going to put it on the screen. You guys, make sure y'all go follow her and support her. If you guys want a post notification shout out, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell button so my post notifications come on, and comment done in the comments below, and you will also get a post notification shout out. But this basically concludes this video. I really hope that it was helpful. Again, if y'all have more questions, just DM me and I will get back to you guys. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you guys for watching.